There's been a lot of discussion about Exodus Gods and Kings, but the moment has finally arrived. The movie is coming out. We're on the red carpet, and you'll find that the cast is out in earnest, literally. Why do you hope people see Exodus?
Well, first and foremost, I hope people see it because I know just how hard and how wonderful and how talented all of the people involved on this film are, but that's a very personal reason, obviously. I think that this is a movie of incredible spectacle. I've seen it multiple times now. I get goosebumps every single time I see it. But it's also the most resonant human story that I've ever come across, that I've ever portrayed, that I've ever read, and with some of the most fascinating characters at its center. And there's a reason why it is still relevant today. It's because it's just such a phenomenally important story. And spectacles and technology are wonderful, but only if they're used to serve a human story. And this is that. You know, it's one of the finest films that I've experienced. It's an experience when you watch it. You know, goosebumps, and that's what I hope people will feel, is that they will feel something from it, and that they will have great conversations afterwards.
Christian keeps throwing me under a bus, telling the world that I was wearing a gold thong, and I'm not gonna. I don't know what to say about that.
You can't deny it.
I mean, you will, won't you?
I'm wearing it right now.
At the end of the day, did you decide that Ramses was a god or a king?
I decided that Ramses is just a small little boy who wished that his father actually liked him and really loved him. It's definitely not a god, but you know, we had many discussions about that, buying into one's own myth, which is very relatable as an actor, by the way.
People who have seen the Ten Commandments, a very famous film, what does this bring to the table? Why is it important to see this as well?
I think because we're not dealing with the same kind of relationship that, you know, between the Almighty and Moses. I think it's a very different take on that, and I think that's important. I don't think it's as old world classical in terms of the same kind of power structure sense.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I think that is worth investigating.
The divide in this country between the people who think that this is a real historical movie and a fantasy is getting bigger and bigger.
Is there?
How do you make?
I don't know anything about that.
How do you make a movie for everybody? How do you make?
I don't know. I think you got to make a movie for, you know, hopefully you make a movie for a lot of people.
Oh, excellent.
And not for everybody. You know, no movie can be historically correct. I mean, even if you make a documentary about this stuff, it's not historically correct. You know, even within the Bible and the Old Testament, there's all different versions.
Oh, definitely.
So, you know, when you're making a movie, you know, it depends what that person's vision of it is. Maybe not version of it, but vision of it.
Well, what would you say is Ridley Scott's vision?
I mean, I think there was more, you know, you see Moses as an activist in a way, you know, as a guy who's, you know, who's a fighter, you know, and it's not, you know, his spiritual awakening, you know, sort of comes through that.